There's no cross lines with me, Kyle.
All right, let's talk about LGD as well. They come in hot. They have just won the 2 majors in a row, the last 2 majors they attended. They look really good. Are they going to be as good here? They haven't dropped a game yet. I think they 2-0'd both of their games in their groups.
They're peaking at the. That's the, like we've talked about this in other panels, but for TI, that team that peaks, that wins the last tournament, they have a really good shot at doing it well at TI, and that could be LG. I mean, is China's year? We've talked about that.
10 seconds remaining.
Like, dude, what a player. Okay, this is a real question. I was being
5 seconds
but
remaining.
Do players think about that at all? Like, even a 1%?
Peaking at the right time?
No, the Chinese
year.
Chinese
yes,
year.
It is something that I'd say you don't necessarily think about, but everyone is aware of how the cycle works. So I think the Western played with a little. Felt like the entire arena after Liquid beat LFY. They 100% have the. Yeah, they had the first going for them. They had momentum. Like there was never any doubt.
All right, you have chosen a featured matchup. Actually, flagged it of the mid lane. We've got Moonn versus Maybe. What made you select this matchup? What makes it special?
I mean, for me, of course, it's Maybe. The guy is like a superstar on his team, but more importantly, Moonn. Even when Mineski isn't really performing well, he always does really well in his lane, and he lately at least has kind of carrying his team on his back in a lot of the games they've had. So I think his performance is going to be very important in the outcome of this match.
Now we saw previous game that we like to see mids on those active roles. At least for no one that works out real well. For Moonn, I think is that the same? Are we looking for an active role for him like that?
Yeah, he plays a lot of Ember, Puck even, but Puck not anymore. DK is really good. He doesn't really play any carry mids, right? He doesn't play DOTA or anything like that.
I'm sorry, Somnus, he has played a lot of DK in Death Prophet.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the first ban. Freaking Pangolier. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
I want to see that.
Never gonna. Just like never gonna see Naga.
Well, that's okay.
I didn't hear, but I'm sure you guys comment. Draft starts immediately. Naga banned. Same with Ice Tank.
He did get to play it once, or twice actually, during the group stages, and he lost with it once as well, against VJ Storm.
Be a very early
This draft
Mirana.
goes very fast, isn't it?
That means they've thought about this match.
Nyx is like a C special. Almost every C team first picks Nyx all the time.
Do you really like the opener though?
No, I do not at all. I actually think Nyx right now is in a weird position. He's a very strong hero, like mid-game-ish, but early game he doesn't contribute anything. And of course the bottom, or the Mirana, is just a block pick, because LGD would have taken it right there probably.
Yep, they've been picking every game that's available. Yeah. I like the Mirana a lot, but I don't like. It feels counterintuitive with Nyx. Both utilizing Invid. Sentries just got buffed. Now they're even more value, and it sets up for this Lycan. A lot of heroes that just immediately shred Mirana and Nyx, and Lycan's one of them.
I think it's one of the best ones.
Yeah, like Lifestealer would find there too. I mean, anything got a BKB built in.
I don't think Mirana without Naga or Bane, right?
Yeah.
It's always the comp.
This setup is very hard. Like a Nyx stun into a Mirana arrow is very hard to execute.
They're both follow-up stuns, right? Like, who's actually gonna open?
Can't alley-oop without.
Actually.
And you can see, Boogie's draft 71.
Feeling?
But I'm sure that. How do they actually communicate? Because only Ice and Mushi speak Chinese in that game, and he's the one drafting. Did I translate for him or?
71 has yeah, his English has improved greatly.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but it's not fluent or anything, you know.
He is definitely. When's the last time you talked to him? He's gotten so much better with that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I mean, I spoke to him at the court. Yeah, I guess we didn't talk too much.
But I mean, at the same time, Dota's like
enough.
basketball. How much?
Yeah,
get
like,
your ideas across.
It's like different when you play the game, I guess. But drafting is kind of. Like,
You
more
just name
simple.
hero
Actually,
names.
that is
and
a
say
good
push.
question.
And
With your time with Beachy, Black, how much was your barrier of blank?
Well, at first it was terrible. And then I had a private teacher. No, I had a private teacher for 2 hours every day. And then after a month or two, it was really good. I could like participate in the after game discussion and everything.
in 2 months already. That's pretty fast.
I mean, 2 months of 2 hours every day, it was torture.
Well, kind of like what Kyle's talking about. There is a limited vocabulary that you need.
Yeah,
like
of course,
right?
Yep.
Like you don't need to tell them about your personal
English,
life.
okay? We don't. He's not giving love advice.
He speaks English. Yeah, he does. He even did a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, I like touch on the draft change again. I really think more often because keep things fresh.
5 seconds
The big
remaining.
problem with the last split, part of the reason everyone's just they're just burnt out.
LGD's
When
turn
you're
to
drafting,
pick.
you're never able to scrim. You're just going like qualifier after tournament. You don't have time to test anything for a tournament. But those guys in the background, you act like Boogie, he's been relaxing, watching 71 draft, soaking up all, and now putting forth his ideas. I expect 71 will probably start drafting. Yeah, who knows, but it's a nice change of pace.
10 seconds
It's like
remaining.
Mineski, they already got yeah.
Personally, right now though, the draft looks
5 seconds
interesting.
remaining.
Interesting. Is
Yeah.
that
You don't like it?
is that German
Not-
for
not-
bad?
yes. Why did they pick the Jakiro just there? I don't think it does well against Lycan at all.
Well, I
Maybe
do
in the
want to
lane,
point
but-
out. I mean, is xSassin going to play Nyx Assassin?
I hope not.
I think he's gonna play Hero.
I mean,
Offlane
he
Nyx
has
is
played
fine.
Jakiro.
Yeah, I hope it's offlane
Jakiro
Nyx.
crushed like I will say, because you buy Crimson Guard and get that level 50 talent really fast. All of a sudden, 760 burn damage to like an all his. Oh, it's really nice.
You know
Right.
when he did it? 2.5 years ago or something at the Nanyang Championship, and they
you go.
won.
There
Was
you
that the
go.
one on the ship or the
No, this was
actual
the
one?
first one, not on the ship.
2.5.
This was the one with the electrocuting headphones.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I like it a lot as core when you have a Nick, because otherwise, just combo and a core, you have 3 follow-ups done, right?
Yeah.
What's actually making things happen? Yeah. So I could see him. But the Jakiro core, you can just shove lane, covers you, sets up to find kills, utilizing that wave fear advantage.
Having said that, is it possible that Jakiro still?
Yes.
Because
It's possible.
what about like an act? That's the old school counter to Lycan.
Radiant's
Ice
team
playing it.
I don't actually like Axel liking it.
Really?
I love
Yeah.
the FY Rubick and Jakiro. Jakiro Mirana, like, look at all the stuns, look at the spells.
Yeah.
The problem with Axe against Lycan is, once he has Necro 3 and he ults, he's just gonna send the minions on you, or summons, whatever you wanna say, and it's just gonna purge you, you're out of mana, and you pretty much just die.
And your spin and your damage, Lycan so Lycan
10 seconds
thousand
remaining.
Yeah.
he buys
Especially at
HOD and you can't even harass him. It's almost
5
bad for you
seconds
because
remaining.
you're not this on freak wave, kill somebody, act, battle him, spam. He has regen, self-sustain built into
They need some sort of setup now for the 3, I guess, follow-up stunts they have,
LGD's turn to pick.
That's the trend they're going
and
with.
it's not one of them.
He'll get an Atos.
That is
I like it though.
the Moon hero.
Do you into root the support combo?
I mean, the lane.
is real good against him.
I mean, the lane only.
If he gets up against Lycan, sure. But
Yeah.
if you don't lane him, like
They will have to
Lycan
lane
stops.
swap. Yeah, have to lane swap for sure.
That's the advantage of Lycan early pick is that PSP is very confident putting
10
that on
seconds
Chalice
remaining.
Yeah.
or Ahmed.
Stacking it. Yeah. I mean,
5 seconds
they have 2
remaining.
players who plays it, so it might still be a mid timber if LGD picks something bad there, but they won't. For me personally, right now, it's just gonna be hard for Mineski to catch people properly. How are they gonna stop this? Like, just gonna run around them.
I like the Nick though to cover the because all those heroes that counter Timber,
Like OD and stuff.
OD,
Yeah.
Necro, you know, Lina and Lesh, right? You heroes.
Yeah.
You're playing your thing.
The only other
Radiant's
heroes are like,
team
what?
banned.
Ember, SF, of course. One of the prime heroes against
I love that.
One of the prime heroes against
Timber.
Timber.
Rush.
Why? Why?
Because even before the stacking damage, you were really good against him with all your magic bursts. But now, if you ever get 3 stacks on him, he just dies.
Yeah.
He needs a hood to survive.
Dude, it's also amazing with Rubick because you have the damage amp for the nuke and the damage reduction
10 seconds
W
remaining.
plus like SF ult plus Rubick bolt. No one
5
does any damage.
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
And it's just really just the kill potential. Dude, you run mid with a lift at level 2, that's a triple nuke for free.
Yeah. And it takes away a lot of Mineski heroes that I like to play in mid.
I think it was going to be it.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
have.
thought so
They've
too.
only played Timberman so
You
far.
don't do that anymore.
Against SF, that's completely
I think we
garbage.
can assume it's Ice now.
Yeah.
Timber, top
But
or
that's...
off.
Then they'd have to shift around their game plan
Yeah,
depending
I
on who was going to
so-
play next.
So it's a call Mirana for sure.
LGD's turn to
That's-
ban.
The only thing
Unless
we know.
it's support Mirana with 4 Jakiro as
And-
well.
And Mineski banned TA themselves, too. 1-to-1 SF count. I really like it against Lycan, too. Of course, a very low armor, but I actually don't know what Mineski's last pick is. I think anything that goes mid right now is going to...
They probably want to have something like a Lina that can lane well against SF, but this Lycan is going to shred the Lina.
10 seconds
I
remaining.
think Mirana might just go mid.
It might, but landing against SF is so tough as a
Yeah.
Mirana. Once you're level 3, 4, you have no damage, you will just get all the creeps denied.
So I thought too. I don't know. Feels like they're in a hole. A very deep hole.
How are they going to dig themselves out of it?
What's
They
that
have
hero?
last
Yeah.
pick. They can twist everything.
But what
Yeah.
last pick is there that like makes up
Yeah.
for all the weaknesses they
Well,
have?
that
Because
depends
right now they
on
have
what
a
the
lot.
last pick for LGD is.
They're down the well. What's going to take the role of Blasty to
Bloodseeker.
go get help?
LGD's
bring them out.
This is an
turn to
American
pick.
ref.
No, what? Lassie was also in Europe. What are you talking about?
really?
It's
No,
the-
it's
you mean the dog,
worldwide.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's an old school reference.
it is.
Radiant
The
team
bandit
pick.
troll. Bloodseeker. Oh, the
the
Timber
Timber
counter.
counter, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This looks
Dude.
pretty good for LGD though.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Like, what is the solution for them? They have a lot of weaknesses right now, and they have one pick to make up for it.
Yep.
Let's go.
It's Chaos
Unsalvageable.
Knight. Let's go.
CK.
It's not unsolvable. There's always a solution somewhere.
Chaos Knight.
You just need to create a
10
winning condition for yourself right now.
PL.
PL could work, but this
5
Radiant.
run
seconds
over.
remaining.
Yeah, you get run over, and Radiant,
Yeah.
Bloodseeker plus Requiem actually is really strong
It's
against
such
you.
a great draft from LGD. The Lycan, doesn't matter if his landing phase was poor, he's countered hard by Jakiro Timber.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually he just hits building. SF, Bloodseeker makes SF so much damage.
Both the core matchups right now are so in favor of LGD.
Yep.
How are they gonna fix it? What
And
do
the
they need?
support.
What's
I
the
have
golden
no
egg?
idea.
Actually, right now, it's very hard to... Like, okay, so you want to lane the Timber against the Lycan, right? So you need a hero that's good against Bloodseeker on lane. But against Bloodseeker on the lane is very rough, especially side lane. Like, what's there to really pressure him?
Is it possible that they wanted Bloodseeker?
It is possible, but with their lineup,
They just have holes. They need
a lot of holes.
They need lockdown. They need like
All right, it's time for Tekken, guys.
no.
Go all out. Let's go.
Oh please.
Their
I guess
lanes-
if one team would do it,
Yep.
it
Mineski.
might be Mineski.
They don't have anything for BKBs.
I think they need
Their
something like
lanes are
Lina.
gonna be
Like,
weak.
just create a winning condition. Like, Lina stomps the SF middle, gets out of control, something like that.
He doesn't stop.
Yeah, I mean, he has the... Like, he can if SF missteps.
If maybe arguably the best or second best mid, and FY Rubick doesn't help him.
Lina, choose
call.
your hero.
Honestly, it's the only thing I can do. Because, like, they just need to create one winning condition, and
That is get
It's-
out of control,
I don't
dominate
thi-
lanes.
yeah,
win
I don't
games.
think it's gonna work necessarily, but I don't know what else I can pick. Like, I thought about a DK or something, but DK gets crushed by the SF as well. Honestly, LGD's draft is a super well-rounded. I'm a very big fan.
And Nyx Assassin looks to be playing the Timber. We don't know yet which of those other three is going to be the core, but I would only imagine it's going to be
Has to be.
Such an awful run.
It is. It's terrible.
This is an example of when you shouldn't draft based on what the other like. You're taking a Mirana away from them,
Yeah,
but
there was
then
a
it
block
kind of
pick.
screws your draft up in a lot of ways, right? Because you have nothing to accomplish.
10
These
seconds
Twitter predictions,
remaining.
I guess, I mean, the 61 to 39 before the draft, that might seem reasonable
seconds.
after the
Twitter's
draft.
banned here.
It's true. If you do want to put in your predictions at PGL Esports on Twitter, I want to hear you guys' predictions.
Bloodseekers.
Could like at a point maybe LGD doesn't have the reach. They don't have enough catch. If Timber, Mirana get out of control, the Lina with the Shadow Blade, theoretically Mineski course run around the map. But I think LGD.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, same here. I think the winning conditions are too hard to execute against a team like LGD. Probably not gonna happen. But I would like to see it happen.
Alright, let's see if it does happen and if they can make Black happy. It's over to ODPixel and Fog for the first game.
Thank you, Shiva. Yes, LGD versus Mineski up here in the upper bracket of the Dota 2 Super Major. I'm ODPixel, I'm here with Fogged, and we're getting ready for game one. A rematch of the DAC finals. We're seeing some fun drafts. A draft from Mineski that the panel didn't seem to be very behind. Questions were sort of being brought up by the panel about the lineup of Mineski. Do you agree? Do you sort of look at this and say LGD's got a lot of scary heroes?
Yeah, I think their core matchups are extremely favorable. I agree with what Kyle was mentioning about, I think this Lina and Timbersaw just actually have to go out of control in this early game because the Mirana, I'm very concerned for on Mushi. This is a very, very tough Mirana game. You can get ran down this looks like one of the dream Shadow Fiend games for Maybe. And when you put Maybe on one of these dream games, we've seen what he can do. This guy is absolutely explosive. The Chalice Bloodseeker as well, so it is going to be Ame. It's going to be playing the Lycan, but they are probably going to be trying to dodge that Timber matchup unless they emphasize on putting like 2 supports to help him versus that Timbersaw. And we have seen Ice do magical things on this hero, right?
Sure. It is his Timber.
However, he's versus a Bloodseeker. So Blood Rage is always going to be able to get that amplification versus the reactive armor, and if you rupture a Timber, he's probably one of the sadder heroes in the game. And we do have a pause. We haven't gotten a mini pause.
I like this pause because FY is blowing us kisses. Have you seen that?
Oh.
That's nice.
Us?
FY.
What do you mean us?
That's definitely directed me. I'm taking those kisses.
I mean,
from
they're doing
FY,
it too.
You know, I'll take one from Maybe as well.
So FY Rubick we get, and they are blessing him with boots at the start of the game. Kind of be expected. I think he's going to be moving around a lot. I think Kyle was mentioning, you know, if they leave this Shadow Fiend in a 1v1 versus the Lina, sure, Lina has the favorable matchup, but you're going to assume that there's going to be Rubick rotations to secure the lane of this Shadow Fiend.
The all chat will begun. The Dion yards against the at the tongues.
Yeah, we're going to. For sure.
Back to the kisses now. I've not seen many people use the kiss.
No, they like it a lot.
Ah,
they like
do.
the Yahoo. I like the Yahoo actually a lot. Yahoo! Pretty good one.
Nice. A lot of kisses, lots of love here. Touch him out here. Oh, FY. Oh. That burned me up a bit. Yeah, hold on with the kisses, FY.
Nyx Jakiro as the 2 supports. I'm just at fear that this Lycan's going to take over the game. And I mean, they just keep on. They really like the kisses. They really
I
like
love
them.
it. Oh yeah, the love being shared here by LGD. LGD, let's get dirty. Beautiful. But in the entire over the pauses, ladies and gentlemen, we should be able to get the game on pretty soon.
Did they say what was going on?
Sound issues.
It was just sound issues.
Apparently.
Okay. Apparently.
Yeah, they
what do you mean apparently?
Well, they kept hearing this kissing sound.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we got some stuff going on the graph. What's here? What is this drawing? Are these some sort of ancient Chinese scriptures? 35.
357.
357. Right. 3 minutes 57.
What? No, that's the coach.
Oh. Now, what does that mean? That is definitely a Chinese symbol. I'm pretty sure.
I can't help you with that.
I don't know. When you get black in black can speak a bit of Chinese.
I don't think
Obviously,
he
you can't read the
Yeah,
Chinese.
he can't read it.
the Chinese. Oh, back to the kisses.
He wrote Mineski.
He wrote Mineski. Is that what he wrote?
This time it was Chalice wrote Mineski.
Oh.
1 less than 5, I think it was.
Oh. And now,
this is elaborate.
I believe that's a map of southern China. It's some very.
Are you hearing the spray paints as well?
That's okay. That's not a. That's a flower. Thank you, whoever corrects. That was Arme. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, Arme. Some more numbers have appeared. 38 square root of 1. I don't think that's correct. Jabz is out. He's not someone that's going to stick around for abhorrent mathematical practices. Mineski, 10. Again, these symbols incredibly hard to decipher. Back again, the cycle continues. 357. Followed by a couple of Chinese symbols.
He's cosmetic.
We'll do this. Lina looking fantastic. She's got the.
She's lacking a little bit though. Compared to, you
Sure.
compared to the S-triple-C Lina.
This is like the when your price range is sort of the mid tier. This is the mid tier Lina. You know, this isn't the the big all-out expenditure. Golden Lina. Look at me.
Mushi's
got an aura.
Mushi's got all common items on his Mirana too. Yeah, okay, he has a rare mount at least.
Is it what mounts you got? That's always interesting. Is that the really expensive mount?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
I think one of the LGD players has the really expensive Mirana mount.
I'm pretty sure they do.
It's
don't
Somnus.
they? Yeah,
I'm pretty
Somnus
sure
does.
Somnus does.
Somnus has. Well, it's the bunny rabbit, isn't it?
I think so.
The
yeah.
bunny rabbit. Oh, people are reconnecting.
Left ceiling.
We're just having to wait for the right ceiling. It is back. So we'll keep you informed on any sort of progress on the map. Don't worry about that. Yeah, it should be a good game. It's going to be LGD versus Mineski.
Yeah, Mineski has to have a very crisp early game. I think if they start losing control of this early game, that's where we're going to see this Lycan just do those Lycan things. It's a Mirana versus Lycan. We know that matchup. You can just get run down super easy. You can't actually leap away from that hero. You're just going to get chased down. And it's a natural book 3 buyer. Of course, that Lycan, you're playing versus Nyx, you're playing versus a Mirana, Moonlight, Shadow, and Vendetta can get countered. And I think Kyle was talking about it too, is sentries are buffed, and they're playing versus these heroes. And sure, Nyx Assassin is one of those SEA specialties, but the hero has not been being picked too much.
Especially not first. That's a bit of a novel move from Mineski, but we'll see what the plan is around it. Something certainly a little different, as also sort of the panel said, picking up the Mirana. Obviously something we know that they can play, but the fact that it was very much sort of, you know, they were taking it away from letting the side of LGD get their hands on Mirana early on.
I was wondering if they were going to open up with, what was the opener from? It was the first pick as the Lycan, right?
It was a long time ago.
It was a long time.
There's been so many kisses from FY since then.
I was thinking
it's gotten.
That Mineski was going to open with Naga Mirana in this game because they were like, that takeaway from LGD as well as they've played that before. I mean, this was the team actually like, what was it, 5 months ago or so, that they love the Mirana combo. They like going for that. LGD just getting a little impatient. They're both getting a little antsy.
Bit of the, you know, the gamer buzz, you know, sort of when you're sitting there ready to go. Very much more static here.
Well, they're the ones with the problem, right? They're the ones like, what's going on? We can't hear each other.
Just looking like they're turning, making sure any issues are sorted. It looks like we're just getting a reboot of Dota 2 on the back PC. Who was it? Do see in the end? It was
Jabz.
It was Jabz. Yeah. How many years Dota restarted by the looks of it? There we go. I can see it booting up in the background. In he goes straight away. Headphones on into the lobby.
Am I seeing this right? I guess this might it might just be because they paused right at the start, but Jabz has... Okay, it was because he was... I was like, Jabz has no money and no items. It showed him having 15 gold and just blank items.
Wow.
And he's back in, so getting this underway. Let's see what lane matchups we are going to get. And right away, I already see Ame going toward that bottom lane. So as we expected, they want to dodge the matchup.
And they might make a play. They are going for the smoke here, Mineski.
Oh, look at this. No, xNova is pinging his the spray.
What's he got?
The spray actually stacked, it looked like, at the base.
Oh, that's the expensive one, I believe. Yeah. That Monkey King spray tag. I'm gonna. This is important. I'm gonna check what level that's unlocked.
It's like a Monkey King Pogchamp, right?
It's a Monkey King Pogchamp.
I like that one a lot.
That one, yet you do not get it until level 1875. A very rare sighting of a very, very good spray.
So I think this is really important. You know, we kept talking about, you know, lane matchups. They really want to have this Timbersaw matchup versus Lycan. So the level 1 smoke coming out from Mineski to try to scout those lanes, try to understand where LGD is going to be positioning them. They didn't actually get a ward down right at the start, though. They put it as a defensive one in the bottom lane. So at least that'll maybe catch a glimpse of where LGD's lanes are. But current time, it seems like Ice is going to go top versus a Bloodseeker Bane, which is not a fun lane.
Not at all.
He's going to need help.
This certainly is. If they don't want to sack that lane entirely.
That pure damage from Bane. Rotation from Chalice too. You can even Blood Rage the Bane in a couple situations, and you can just go for that harassment onto the Timbersaw. And here we go.
Here we go indeed.
They'll see the information now bottom, though. They see that FY as well as Ame are bottom.
Mineski getting 3 bouncy runes and maybe a bit of action out of it as well as FY. Slowed down, trying to run himself away, but a quick leap up to the high ground from Mushi. And Dragon Slave from Moonn will find Mineski a first blood on top of those 3 bounty.
I'm really glad that Moonn takes the last hit there. Getting the second null is going to allow him to put a lot of pressure onto maybe in that mid lane. But xNova already there to kind of alleviate it. Actually goes for the level 1 Enfeeble. Even though it's been nerfed.
Yeah. True, and as we see, Moonn has got other ways to find the CS, but at least with that harder ability to deny with that reduced right click, Somnus can have a bit of space to get those early souls built up. Jabz is coming in, making a 2v2 in the mid lane.
This is going to give, this is where Ice is going to start to get a good amount up top, because now it's a 2v1.
And this is fine for Mineski to leave Mushi on his own down bottom?
I mean, he's a ranged hero versus a Lycan. They don't really have ways to kill him. He's going to get a little bit of his farm maybe slowed down a bit from that Rubick, but overall, it's not like he's going to die in this lane. He's got leap as well at level 1. So they're choosing, both sides are kind of choosing their poison a bit here. They're like, okay, we want this Shadow Fiend to get out of control, get a great start, and already 9 last hits coming out from maybe.
He's got those souls up, no problem at all, so... That early power will be here for the SF to allow maybe to have that sort of game that the panel, the bit that he could have. This is a game for an SF. And he's certainly getting the start to have his effect this time around. In fact, Jabz
has to skill Carapace to survive there.
Somnus knew as well. Doesn't throw out that final raise, as he knows it would not quite have done it.
Nova's gone through, what, 2 mangoes already, just to keep throwing those in peoples. Trying to slow down this Lina's blast hits, and it's working. The Timbersaw is getting some last hits, but Chalice is still able to farm up there relatively well, and Lycan's getting absolute free farm. Mushi's actually just arrowing, it looks like he's trying to arrow the big creeps and just get what he can down here. He's getting zoned off a bit, because they're spam denying bottom and keeping the waves idle near the tower. So this is now, they have to bring some help to provide Mushi a little bit of assistance. Otherwise, that fight can zone him off with all these denies. The lane's beginning around. SF is secured. Now xNova can go top to try to help out Chalice.
Try and put a bit of pressure on the Ice, who's having this very strong start at the moment. They'll put the blood right down.
Big creep wave. He's trying to just push it away from himself on that Bloodseeker.
Trying to use this Enfeeble on Ice, but got many a spells to keep CSing.
Glad he went for the early magic one. That Bloodseeker and Bane. They're going to be spamming out those, Blood Rages as well as in people's non-stop, so he gets those spawn charges. And we'll have mana to always last hit with the Timber Chain. And they're looking to get aggressive here. xNova up top, getting chased.
And we got Mineski.
They get it.
Nyx Assassin, ninjaboogie finding one. Chalice will be able to retreat. Nyx Assassin, he's having this start to the lane that we sort of worried he may not be able to have if they had certain matchups, but doing fine. He's up there on the CS. Getting involved in these early kills as well.
It was the choice, though, right? That was the choice from LGD to be like, you know what? We're going to give the Timber a little bit of space. We want maybe to just be that explosive shadow. And they've got Ame free farming. I mean, even the Bloodseeker's free farming up top anyway, even though they've lost their Bane.
Yeah.
So they were getting... All 3 cores are absolutely free farming, while Mushi's getting quite heavily shut down. Unable to really last hit versus this super high damage Lycan.
The 10 for 0, 21 for 7. Ame at the moment.
Great start for LGD.
She just continues to try and keep up by taking down the creeps from that jungle camp each and every time with the arrow.
He just keeps arrowing, right? Yeah, I think that's like one of the best things that he can do in this lane to make sure that he gets at least a level. So you see he's level 4 in comparison to level 3s down here, just from arrowing those. I really like Mushi. That mid ninjaboogie filling up Moon's. Oh, I thought he missed it. Filling up Moon's bottle. Try to just keep pressure onto maybe, but maybe's full pretty far. But now
they try to lead him with a light strike array. Will not connect. Somnus steps to the side. Without that stun hitting, not really a chance for Moonn and ninjaboogie to get too aggressive. Still, definitely, sure the CS is favouring LGD, but I don't. The lanes aren't going maybe as bad as would be expected with the hero lineup that Mineski had.
Does feel like what Panel was saying, like we were talking about, is that they want to be snowballing pretty hard in this game, though. They don't want this Lycan to have free time, and F5, he'll die.
They're getting the kill. Ooh, they backed off a little early.
They didn't know that he had all these stick charges. Oh, a costly mistake for Mineski.
I almost feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, you saw.
Oh,
the old chat.
And they know, I mean, Mineski knows they messed up there.
All 3 of them as well backed off before committing for an extra touch. They thought that kill was a solid one, but it was not indeed FY. Managing to escape.
Bringing 3 heroes for that kill on a bounty rune. I think FY even got that bounty too before he got chased by Chalice. Got the wand charges, stick charges.
The pop them, Mango. Got quite enough threat. He hasn't an attack. They're in. Indeed, with the cancel and the silence, they'll be able to punch back. Tower hanging to Ice as well, but the reactive armor will keep him just safe enough.
Blood Rage amplification wasn't quite enough.
I mean, Chalice is chasing.
Another Blood Rage.
But he's out.
Able to chain away.
Gets to the side. Stun as well. Holds back Chalice from diving any further. So Ice will survive.
That was very close. Getting that instant lift as the chain comes out.
Radiant are
Level 6
scanning.
bottom. Suffering a bit in last hits, of course, but the levels from that powering that big creep over and over again. Solid. Their net worths are pretty good because of it.
Snowbird towards the mid. Just hoping for the setup. He's got the nightmare. Wide closing the gap with the telekinesis. The quick 3 raises from Somnus will seal the deal. Find the setup. Somnus continuing to have a strong start on the Shadow Fiend. All 3 cores of LGD pretty much free farming, as it were.
Lina's still doing quite well in the mid lane, though. At least in net worth status, she's actually still ahead of Shadow. Probably because that first blood, I think.
Yeah, that
little bit of extra, yeah.
And we have seen, in a way, thinning out some big neutral camps as well, just in that CS and farm on a pretty similar par, as you say, to maybe SF at the moment.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Support levels are pretty much dead even too. 4 and 4, and then 4 and 3. Mineski just sits ahead, but now Bane. Jabz. ninjaboogie up top right now. They've now moved Ice bottom to match versus Lycan, but this Lycan already has a Dominator and level 6. We could see Ame even make this rotation. This is like the staple rotation we see time and time again from Lycans. You rotate toward that mid hero from behind the back with that Dominator, and it's quick, easy kill. Starting to make the move already.
There really is not a lot that can be done by Lina if the 2 of them do get on top of her short. You see a light strike thrown out, but it's only likely to catch one of the 2.
They're actually bringing Somnus down bottom. They saw the Timbersaw. This is a good combo to be able to try to kill it.
Mushi looking for FY and gets it. Charges won't save FY. They get the kill, and instantly with the Moonlight Shadow, they back themselves away from maybe's rotation with this double damage.
That was great, right? Like FY being dead now, they can't go for this kill, and now Jabz.
They're thinking of going back in with the Moonlight, but the stun off the mark.
The arrow.
Oh, it does hit. Do they have the damage? The Starfall, they may just do so. And
drop.
Oh, can they chase him, Ice? He's going for it, but he can't go for it. In fact, the turnaround will be there as they lose Moonn, they lose Jabz, and Ice to play his way out of this one. He is a Timbersaw, does have 2 points in the armor, 2 in the chain. Blood Right will still catch him, but he manages to Timber chain down to the low ground.
He's gonna get
He will
away.
be able to CP out of there, so at least Ice gets out, but all in all, it looked like a really smart re-engage with the Moonlight Shadow, but sort of with that initial stun missing from Jabz, they couldn't get the kill quick enough, and it cost them 2 lives.
I also think that maybe he had this is his second raindrop that he bought in the game. So I'm pretty sure majority of it got burned in the mid lane from the Lina, and then there, it does play a big factor being able to mitigate a good amount of that damage that comes out. Back, and we did see, we didn't get to see it on camera, of course, because the bottom situation was happening, but Ame did get that, that wraparound rotation that we see so often on those Lycans, that Dominator timing.
Still, it's a slight lead here for LGD. All their 3 cores just being ahead. The SF, and as you sort of say, and as the panel mentioned as well, the sort of worry for Mineski that they did not want the sort of keep behind. They wanted to be ahead. 10 minutes in, they wanted to be having the bigger impact. The wounds are up. Gets them. There's a rupture onto Ice. He's in a bit of trouble as Ame and Chalice start to beat him down. They've got the stun. He can't get out. No escape for Ice. Telekinesis onto Mushi. They're looking for more. He's got 1 lead. He's got a second. Will get himself up to the high ground and away. Chalice is thinking about chasing. An arrow there. Moon's coming with a rotation, and then a Laguna Blade will punish Chalice.
Nice move from Moonn.
Somnus. Getting the raise is Jabz. Quick brain sap as well from xNova gives Jabz no time to respond.
Quick collapse from both teams, with every hero pretty much making their way down bottom. Extremely quick.
Some of the most mobile sort of 2 teams being the first 10 minutes at the moment in this meta. A lot of the times, very sort of stale lanes, 2-1-2s, pretty much keeping at it for the first 10 minutes. But this time round, a lot of movements, a lot of lane switching being made by both teams.
And there we saw that, Bloodseeker versus Timbersaw. You get ruptured, yeah, you can stand still, but you get blood raged, the damage just goes right through your armor. He's only got 2 points in the reactive right now, but either way, the blood rage really does counteract that quite a lot.
And what about this? This isn't normally a staple pick. Visit with Bloodseeker, the Soul Ring.
But Soul Ring?
I believe it's coming. They just showed him. Has he got it
I
on the
don't think
cover?
so.
Oh, he brought it and sold it. Okay, he definitely brought it.
Okay.
And then he sold it.
I'd never see that
No,
before.
I
I
was
mean, he's
gonna
going for Blade Mail. It's going to give him
Yeah,
some
yeah,
mana
yeah.
anyway, and he's got wand and range.
Unless, did someone else buy a Sorin?
I didn't see
I'm
it.
sure, I'm pretty sure he bought him when he sold it.
I'll take your word for it.
Or maybe it was the Timber.
It might have just been the Timber. I think you might be crazy.
I'll blame the game. I could have sworn it. I could have sworn on that screen it said Bloodseeker for the Sorin. There we go.
Fiend
Few
turn.
raises.
They find Jabz. They instantly find Jabz. That is the first Vendetta usage, and they already had sentries prepared in the jungle. I've actually seen maybe was farming jungle for a bit and giving the Bane the middle lane to get that level 6 for a bit too. Already prepared. Always important. As soon as it hits level 6, the Nyx as well as that Mirana just have those sentries prepared, and LGD have done that this time. Like it's a very nice early game steal.
That's a lot of nuke damage.
Yeah, one of the highest actual level 4 nuke steals you can get in the game.
As you're already saying, sort of Timber very vulnerable to Blood Rage him in that amount of magical burst.
Yep.
He'll have no trouble killing Ice at this stage of the game.
And they've got the Blood Rage and everything, and as soon as the panel saw Shadow Fiend, they're like, oh man, that's where Timber really gets scared. There's so much magical to just pierce through.
He really needs that hood ASAP, and he of course is working towards it, Ice.
Damage.
There's the set up top, and we got BAM! Disappears!
Yep, that Starstorm plus Brain Sap. They even had Ame coming in case they weren't able to clean it up with that book 1 finished up just now.
And now it's getting scary. We're starting to see sort of those interactions, those elements of the lineup of Mineski that is going to suffer against LGD's lineup.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, it's terrifying. Jabz trying to Vendetta to set something up top. The Vendetta ends. They even have a sentry placed down just in case prepared for it.
Yeah, Jabz tried for the stun, but meanwhile, the two of them, the burst FY with the stolen stun and control takes down ninjaboogie.
And now Jabz got Carapace, but
they've got raises, they've got disable with the telekinesis. Not a chance for Jabz to get that Carapace out. They're getting a lot here, LGD. They are starting to really show off their flair.
Yeah, I mean, this game just, it really does feel really difficult for Mineski just because of these core matchups. And already to the start, when you're, I mean, LGD, they have a Lycan, and they're getting this snowball start already. If they get a couple of these tier 1s, you're going to see that Roche be that next contention pretty soon. Only 13 minutes in the game with a 5k gold lead, also the experience 4k.
And the next thing you know, this Lycan's going to be walking around with a level 3 Necro book, and suddenly Nyx Assassin's job becomes so much harder.
And how do you disengage as Mineski when that's there? The Moonlight Shadow was one of the options, but when that book 3 does come out, you just can't.
Yeah.
Chalice already has the Blade Mail finished up too, so if Timber tries to initiate now, also, a lot of that burst damage can be turned onto Ice. Ice bottom, trying to pressure tower here. xNova tries to get that set up, but unable.
The Shadow Blade picked up for Somnus now. He looks to make those plays level 12, so he just had those 2 points in the Requiem.
14-minute Shadow Blade.
These 3 cores of LGD just looking that bit more scary than the cores that Mineski can present at this early point of the game.
And they even get it denied to boot. That tower denied bottom. Jabz. Might be able to find something here this time, but the sentry's placed down already.
We'll start to open, but xNova's quick with the Nightmare onto Moonn. Nightmare does get taken off at Fly. FY, sorry, with the stolen double stun, holds the 2 of them back. Ice. Will still look to chase, but again, FY with that stolen light strike. Holds back Ice.
And
he just plays his way out of the 3 of them, FY.
And they got the bounty too, right? Yeah. They got 3 of them again at that. Or 2 of them, sorry. But in the midst of 3 heroes of Mineski, the Bane and the Rubick, the 2 supports, are able to get away from FY's clutch stuns and steals. And that was looking like it was going to be Mineski getting back on the board finally here, but DD having firm control of this.
LGD Somnus.
A very aggressive spot
He's
farming.
He's just outside of range by that shrine. He is in a ballsy position.
He's looking to make solo plays here with the Shadow Blade. That's why he's positioned there.
Coming towards the mid Chalice.
Gotta be careful. Wrap around.
On this. A little bit of time left. He's going to go for the Requiem. And a few raises. Oh, Moon's gone. The Shadow Blade play. Yeah, talking about Somnus. asserting his dominance onto Moonn. As the two mids continue to grow further and further apart. Somnus now with over a 2k advantage on this Lina.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's
Stop. Jabz finds FY.
Can they even get this one?
I mean, he's a tricky kill. He's got good levels FY at the moment.
Somnus coming in.
And the Shadow Blade wrap around, looking for the raises. Oh, misses both.
Two of them off.
Over. Find a Fiend strip, but it is going to be cancelled by the Ice Path. ninjaboogie nearly does die.
Raindrop saves ninjaboogie there.
Goes down to about 5 HP on the Jakiro.
They're asking for their team, of course. But this allows Chalice to get all that amplified movement speed too. He's got, you know, the thirst, and that Jakiro very low. And during all this, Ame, now book 3 is finished. One more tier 1. And they can even just go for that Roche and make Mineski react to them. Like we said, the core matchups are there, and they've got this heavy farm advantage already at 17 minutes. 7k gold lead.
I mean, what's Mineski's best play, do you think, from this sort of position?
I mean, with this Yules, they can look to get pickoffs now. I think that's the biggest thing. They can actually get these setups with Moonn, and that's what I think that they need to do. They need to try killing one of these cores. Just try to find this Bloodseeker, try to find this Shadow Fiend, and turn it into like a snowball chain of kills.
But it still seems so hard in any sort of situation where there's, you know, a good number of LGD. They've just got so many heroes that can just run it. There's Lycan and Bloodseeker. How do you keep these two heroes off your relatively squishy cores? Indeed, I mean, not a core that you would normally call relatively squishy. Timbersaw, Ice, he's suffering as well.
And doesn't even look like they're going to get xNova top of that smoke movement that they made. xNova was playing a bit cautious because they were diving the Timber bottom and no reaction comes, so he's like, they're trying to make a play somewhere.
Chalice. The rupture. Moonn gets himself out of the blood bright and will TP away.
Are they going to secure another tower deny here for LGD?
He should be able to. It's underneath the threshold, isn't it?
Yep.
It is.
If they want to go for it.
They want to keep it up a bit.
Yep. Somnus getting the wraparound behind Jabz. Gets the carapace off.
And one more race. There we have it.
Even though he's in this movement. Ooh. Mineski, they're unable to really find much.
And look at that as well. Ice. Not
Blink.
going for the hood. Going for the blink instead of picking up the hood of Defiance.
You can tell that they're feeling all this pressure. They can't make moves on the map. A few times they've tried. They've ran into FY, who dodged 2 of the ganks that they've done. xNova as well, the support top dodged one of the ganks as well. I mean, it's starting to snowball completely out of control. 10k gold lead. And as we just keep reiterating, the core matchups are not favorable for Mineski. Chalice are going to be Chalice is getting close to a BKB, and you look at this lineup from Mineski, and they are like almost 100% magic damage in this stage.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Not until the later portions. You can really consider the Lina and the Mirana's right-click enough.
Mirana adds a little bit, but with the Maelstrom build, it's, you know, more magic, and the Leap at least provides a bit, but they're already pretty durable on the side of LGD. It's Lycan has 2200 HP.
And look at this build as well, Arno. So going for the Shadow Blade himself as well.
I think they're just looking to hunt.
Yeah.
That's what that tells me on the side of LGD. I mean, they have this Bloodseeker who's going BKB, but the other two, Somnus as well as the Lycan, they just want to try to find these pickups because they know that Mineski's just going to keep getting split up on the map the way that the pressure's going. Come out. Could be a 2 for 2.
Radiant's middle tower
Mineski, they are playing a bit around that Roche pit, but
Somnus ready. BKB, Shadow Blade, double damage rune in a bottle.
They got to somehow get the stuns before those BKBs come out, but LGD's been extremely prepared with all these sentry wards constantly. As we see on the map, they've got like 5 on the map at all times, just awaiting for the movements of this Nyx Assassin or the Moonlight Shadow.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Smoke up.
Dire's
Behind
middle
Arme,
tower.
LGD, they look to sweep around towards mid.
They're looking for big fights with this BKB picked up on Thomas. He has that DD rune as well, as you mentioned.
Tower has fallen.
See if they can find the opening.
Dire's middle tower has
Another
been
tower
denied.
deny as well. As Mineski were trying to push onto that tier 1, but Chalice will take it away from them.
Is under attack.
That's 3 tower denies.
I believe
from
so.
LGD, yeah. 0 gold from all those towers that Mineski
And
won.
they need it. There's a 10k gold difference between
Moonn.
these teams, and they've found him.
They can direct him.
A couple of right clicks and a raise from Somnus will do it.
FY already
Also got the control onto Mushi. He'll jump, but he's already bleeding as blood spurts everywhere.
And Ame just dives to base too and finds a Jakiro, and Jabz just watches him. And now Jabz is actually being chased. Book 3 sees him.
He has lost the ultimate though.
Yeah.
Arme, so what? Might be able to have that movement speed required to chase.
I don't. I'm trying to think of what Mineski can do, but this just feels so impossible.
Roshan
and now
as well.
they're going for the rush. I think they had to be able to try to snowball this game, and all 3 lanes just didn't go in favor of them. This was a 3-lane win from LGD.
It certainly was.
Because of the top lane, like xSice got a couple kills, but he was getting massively out leveled by the Bloodseeker. Now they get the Roche, and they've got these double BKBs online. Ow, indeed. Agree.
Their chat wheel game has certainly been the stronger this time. Well, LGD.
He's Jabz 0, 5 and 1. ninjaboogie 0, 2, 3. Mushi's got 1 and 1, but I mean he's a Mirana in this game and very squishy and versatile Lycan.
Now Moonlight, they do manage to find it. Jump light straight back.
Okay.
They've taken 2.
That's something.
They get Chalice, they take the Aegis away from the SF.
X-Stun.
Does indeed come in with a 2-man light strike in response. BKB from Somnus, grabbing up the Requiem. Mushi will be able to leap his way up to the high ground, but Jabz won't escape. The BKB Somnus will punch through FY indeed again with the control, sets up for a second. Buyback immediately from Jabz as he'll look to get into the fight. They do have the stun onto the SF. There'll be a defensive 9-back coming through. Somnus, can he Shadow Blade his way out of it? It looks like he can. He is underneath a sentry, but he's too speedy. Gets up to the high ground and look, here comes backup now for LGD. Arme with the ult, ready to chase them down. They have lost 2 LGD, but now Arme's ready to do the cleanup. Takes down Ninjaboogie, they cut down a 4, and now xSice's left alone. He'll look to try and bring down Somnus, but FY with the stolen pizzas, chucking out the chakras, cleans it up. It's a team wipe as Mineski lose 5 and more, with Jabz dying twice in that fight off the back of his buyback. And FY, I mean,
those stuns were unreal. That was super sick, and they were prepared again with the sentries. They just they got the initial kill on that Shadow Fiend, but they have an Aegis at this point, and with such a net worth advantage. And then Ame, he's like, hey, clean up crew, coming in.
Yep. And we'll see it again. I mean, it's at FY.
Yeah,
Gets
FY.
in. 2-man disable first of all with the light strike.
Somnus canceled his Requiem a few times there, but either way.
And instantly FY.
Again.
Another catch. Gets the stun off. And as you can see here, grabs the chakram. And extra bit of damage comes in handy later as he's able to blink away from xSice. Coming for the kill.
Sick defensive sweep there by xNova. Just that, like, giving him a little bit more time to get that Shadow Blade off and get away from that Mineski team. And I mean, that was Jabz buying back in that situation too. So they threw 6 heroes to try to attempt to go for that wipe on LGD, and it's just fully LGD's favor. 18k gold lead, 20k experience lead as well, and it's out of hand.
It's getting pretty rough here for Mineski this game 1.
Jabz. Got some out, there was a smoke by LGD.
Oh.
xNova just leading the charge. Not afraid.
There's FY. Instantly, again, in with the stolen stun. Bam.
Sentry dust.
FY.
So prepared for these invids. Now Timber.
He's running.
There's no book up yet, just yet. The Moonlight Shadow. He does reveal himself for a second though. Book is up in 5 seconds. Can he actually get away? Her stomp is up. Her stomp is up in 3 seconds.
So it's hard for xSice to try for TP play. Let's kill the sensor. Now he's a little safe from but at the same time around the back, they've actually found out Chalice. Okay. Somnus comes in, and there's xNova as well. As soon as they lose Chalice, they find Moonn in response.
And xSice with that blink was able to disengage and get away at least. But that map control, LGD just keeping it very firm in control.
The Somnus too. He's very close to having a hex.
Oh my. FY.
Oh, again. FY coming in. Drops the vision. Does get stunned. The nightmare. Indeed, FY's the pay for this. Look at the ice bar. Mushi jumps in, and FY's reign will finally come to an end.
Here comes the 2 cores.
Right. For the target, Somnus finds Ninjaboogie. Arme's going to continue to chase. Trying to find Mushi, and Mushi, no leap for 5 seconds. The cat cannot jump away from the dog. It's Arme.
And they
the big
find
bad wolf
Jabz.
finds it with Somnus.
Jabz going to be able to get away from this one. Looks like he won't. Nope, he won't. Just kidding. Lots of burst.
26 to 8.
And top.
Oh! Ice, the armor. Is it enough?
Waits for the rupture to wear off. Got the blink.
Oh, he's out.
TP on cooldown for 2 seconds.
He's good.
But he should be tiny. Should be.
That reactive armor just enough to keep him alive against the beatings of the Bloodseeker.
But they're completely on the back foot in this game. It's just LGD making all the plays, and it's full reactionary from Mineski, which they have to in this game. How much of a snowball it's been from LGD, and even a full Orchid. Full Orchid on Lycan and a Hex now for maybe.
26-minute Hex on the SF. It's level 22. Oh, he's having a good one.
12, 0, and 4. Chalice is pretty much the one who's... They're like, you can die for us as the core. Ame and maybe, they're not dying. Unless Jabz gets the connect, but there's books all around.
And
Ame's
got
very
the
tanky.
They're hunting. Got level 3 Necro. They've got eyes on him. Somnus coming in as well. Let me close the gap. They don't even need Somnus by the looks of it. As this Nyx Assassin will fall apart very quickly.
Gem now picked up as well on LGD. Trying to keep control of this mid.
Oh, and again, the rupture is there for Chalice. Ice. Still. He's dead this time.
This time he's dead.
FY comes in with that magical
Radiant's
burst
top
to
tower is under attack.
find the kill. Just getting into a bit of a slaughter. This matchup.
It's been a bit of a slaughter.
Not a lot that Mineski can do at this stage as LGD have just turned up.
They haven't found a kill in a long time.
They're playing flawlessly.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Start to finish, they have been making little to no mistakes in this game. Just Chalice being the one who said it was dying. They got FY too. Those other two big cores, the Lycan and the Shadow Fiend, massive problems. Mineski now already 28 minutes, they're trapped in the baits. It's almost, we're getting to that point where, you know, we say that almost at 1,000 GPM lead. 23k already. Ice circles the enemy base.
He's had a beautiful game.
Yeah.
He's had a fantastic land here so far. And on his Rubick, you wouldn't expect anything less from him.
He did have a plethora of spells in this game to steal, and he's been doing great and dodging a lot of potential deaths. And the Hex coming out with that gem as well. Somnus, oh, they threw the Rupture too, huh? A little bit of overkill, but Jabz is dead.
Mineski are going to have to pull out some sort of miraculous high ground defense to stop this game going the way of LGD. As LGD are just so far ahead right now.
And they're controlling the whole map, keeping Mineski in their base. Full map control. They can claim all the ruins. Rosh is going to be, we can find out Rosh in about 20 seconds too. So Aegis and Cheese is probably going to be the timing for LGD to look to reach that high ground and end the game.